Okay, hello Internet. Welcome to video blog 3 of White Balance This. I'm Nathaniel, and this is the blog where we talk about anything and everything. I know that I haven't been keeping up to date on my videos recently, and I'm hoping on changing that. This morning I woke up and just felt that it was about time for me to do another video blog and hopefully talk about something interesting. So the past two blogs, I've kind of realized they sounded a little preachy and stuff. This one, I hope to have it be a little more happy, though at times there are moments of it that are kind of sad. So let's kick it off. The two topics that I'm going to be talking about this vlog are compassion and passion. So first, compassion, it's kind of been something that I've been thinking about a lot this past week. It's been personally a very kind of hard week for me. First, one of my best friends from Wisconsin passed away this past week, which was very emotional and very hard for me. And then last night, my grandmother passed away. So I've had two very important people in my life pass away in the past week. As well, at school, I've been working almost constantly, and we had a lot of work to get done this past week, so I haven't really had time to let my emotions sink in or any of that process. And that's one thing that I want to talk about with compassion is I worry sometimes that people think that I don't have compassion, I don't show compassion. While I'm working on set, I tend to be very cold and calculating. I'll be very hard with people. I don't tend to care why or what they're doing, just that they're getting it done. And some people might think that that's all I am, that's how I live, and that's how I work. And that's because that's really all that they've ever seen of me was in a working environment. While in truth, many times I prefer to be more on the compassionate side. I prefer to have those conversations with friends, to be able to get really close to people and understand and feel and see how they're feeling. One moment that I remembered was last year, working at the theater that I was working at. I was training high school students to be technicians for theatrical events. And there was time that while we were working, I was just focused on getting the work done. I was making sure everybody was on top of things. But later on, we ended up having a break where we were all sitting around. I was talking to one of the students that I was training, and we just started talking about our personal lives and about how the challenges of being a teenager and growing up and getting through high school. Even though I was 3 years out of high school, I was able to empathize a lot with the things that she had going on, and I had a really good conversation because I was able to find that compassion, find that empathy, to really connect and understand where she was coming from. Because during high school, there are a lot of things that you look back on as you're older and you go, why was I worried about that? It really didn't matter at all. But in that situation, there's a lot of time where you feel like that's the most important thing that's happening at that moment, and to be able to find that sympathy and that compassion to be able to connect and understand each other, I believe allowed us to work better as a team because she knew at that point that I had dealt with some of the same emotions as her. Even while we were working, I might act cold or just focus on what was going on, but she knew that I was able to be a real person when we weren't working on things that really need to be getting done at that time. I think that's something that some people do really well, and at the same time, I think we need more of that in life. We need more people to be compassionate. We need more time to really understand and talk to other people. I remember talking to one of my good friends years and years ago. We only get to hang out maybe once or twice a year, but we were just walking around a park and we were talking for hours and hours on end, and we got to know each other a whole lot better than we had ever known each other. We were in class for an entire semester together, sitting next to each other almost constantly, but in those 3 or 4 hours that we were talking, we really started to understand where each other was coming from and who we were as people and how we were feeling about our lives. And it felt really good to be able to have that conversation, have someone that's almost a confidant that you can talk to. I know this friend I can go back to at any time and talk to her and tell her if I'm having a hard time, and she knows if she needs someone to talk to, I'm always there. Like I said, we barely talk. We might text once every couple of months and maybe talk once or twice a year in person, but we still know that we're always there for each other. And now let's move from compassion into the next subject, which is passion. They're both very similar, but in the way in which I'm thinking about them, they tend to be slightly different. So I saw a video this past week that I absolutely loved. It was released 2 days ago. It's Alex Boyer's cover of Let It Go, and this video was phenomenal in my personal opinion. He did it with the One Voice Children's Choir, as well as the lead singer was Lexi Walker, and if you just look up the name Lexi Walker on YouTube, you'll see some of the stuff. She's a kid, I think she's 11, but her singing is amazing and it's phenomenal to listen to. And I love all of the videos that Alex Boyer puts out. I've been following him for a couple of years now. He has another video, Paponi, that I love listening to whenever I just need a pick-me-up. And I really enjoy his videos because he has a level of passion, a level of energy and excitement about everything that he does. And it's really good and fun to watch it because you really feel for what you're watching and you really get an emotional response out of it. And that's really what any type of entertainment should do. It should foster and help you get an emotional response out of what you're watching. And his videos definitely do. And I've been following Alex Boyer for years and years, like I said. But the first time I heard about him was back in 2010 when they had the Boy Scout National Jamboree, as I was a Boy Scout and a recent Eagle Scout right at that time. Yeah, I had just gotten my Eagle Scout at that time. And they were having the National Jamboree, which I would have loved to go to, but unfortunately I just was unable to. And he did another song there for a movie that they were releasing, and he did the song Born to be a Scout, which personally I loved that song the moment I heard it, and I'll still listen to it today because for me, Alex Boyer, within his videos, he shows passion for those things that he really enjoys to do. And for me, my passion has always been treating other people with respect and enjoying doing great work for other people, and that was something I learned through the Boy Scouts. I have this Eagle Scout mug that I actually got a number of years ago that I still use constantly, and it reminds me of how, even though I did theater, I've done film, I've done renewable energy, my first true passion when I was 11, I started doing Boy Scouts, and Boy Scouts has really created who I am today. It's given me my work ethic. It's helped me to get through many situations and understand how to work well towards a goal and how to achieve a goal and how to do that responsibly and in a way that I can be proud of how I lived my life. So the two messages that I'm hoping that you guys can bring out of this is, first, compassion. Realize there's a lot of stuff going on with people's lives that you may or may not understand. And at the same time, also remember to show passion towards those things that you care about and share those passions with the world. I have a lot of times where I get a lot of enjoyment from sharing my passions with other people, as well as having other people share their passions with me. It allows me to get a lot more out of life, and it allows me to broaden my horizon and enjoy those situations that I have hanging out with my friends. So that's about it for vlog number 3. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and everyone take care of everyone else. Thanks, bye.